Oh my god, guys. So today we're going to be taking a look at a really cool plugin. This thing, honestly, go buy it. I mean, we're going to dive into it. We're going to really get into it today and check out the plugin and see what it's like and show y'all what it can do. It is called StereoPlacer by NewGen. Let's go. Alright, so StereoPlacer by NewGen. So we're going to be taking a look at the PDF file and then we're going to go into a mix. We don't have to check out the plugin in Plugin Doctor because there's not really that much happening frequency wise, sort of say. Mostly it's placing the frequencies in a certain spot to help out a mix's stereo field. So what this plugin does essentially is it takes frequencies throughout the entire spectrum and it places them individually in certain spots of the channel of the mix, etc., and it behaves just like an EQ. So like, for example, if you're having some trouble with ducking a certain instrument, this plugin will definitely help. If there's some trouble with trying to get your stereo field figured out, this plugin can help. So let's check out the PDF file. Alright guys, here it is, the StereoPlacer by NewGen Audio. So you got an introduction, controls, practical application, and customer service basically. Alright, so if you guys do not want to go through this section, go ahead and skip ahead. We engineers all want to know what it can do under the hood. The black and white version is not always the most common place to determine a plugin's performance, but if you're really interested in how it operates and how you can control it, I would definitely stay in this section. Otherwise, move on to the next section and find out what it really does inside of a mix. Alright, so moving on. NewGen Audio StereoPlacer. This plugin is designed for the realignment, correction, and redistribution of stereo balance by frequency. We have paid particular attention to the practical application of the process, allowing for optimization at all stages of the recording process, tracking, mixing, and mastering. StereoPlacer uses high-quality filter algorithms optimized for audio transparency, simply delivering the results of the process without generated colorization. Okay, and this is, I mean, it almost sounds like monofilter, basically, only it's an EQ. So you got your controls, your main parameter control, detailed control zone, level metering and stereo spectrum analysis controls, utility control, parameter value display window, I am so sorry, I'm slurring my words, guys. I swear to God I haven't drank. I don't know what's going on with my brain, man. So this section provides controls for adjustment of the main StereoPlacer controls. I think I'm just getting too far ahead of myself. Let's see. Graphical display. Okay. Stereo balance envelope. Okay. Envelope control point 3. Okay. So we don't really need to go more into that. Current active. Mouse over control point. Okay. Algorithm settings. HQ mode basically says that it's gonna use a lot of computer processing to operate. Detailed control zone. Add, remove. Okay. Active control point type. Yeah, so it's kind of like an EQ. Utility controls. You can select some presets. Here's some general functions and applications of how to use the plugin. It'll take a little bit to read over, guys. If you guys look it up on Google or whatever search engine you have, type in StereoPlacer manual and you'll get it on the top of the page. And I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's an EQ, but displacing your stereo image, basically. All right, so let's go check it out on a mix. All right, here we go. Here is StereoPlacer. So it looks like you can't resize it. I guess that kind of sucks about the program. You also can't resize it with the mono filter, unfortunately. I didn't mention that in my mono filter video. I'm sorry guys, it looks like that's pretty uniform across all areas in the new gen bundle. But I mean, it's just like an EQ. Let's see, only it goes from what looks like 20 hertz to 10K. It's kind of off-putting, I guess. I wish it would go up to 20K. Yeah, so it's like an EQ. Wow, you can put things in different stereo fields. I wouldn't go that far when touching up on some stereo fields. That's way too much. You're gonna introduce a lot of phasing problems. I would say the green here is perfect. The orange, light blue is pretty on the spot. The blue's on the spot. The green's on the spot. Orange. I wouldn't do purple or yellow. That's way too much. Yeah, so let's check it out what it sounds like. Alright guys, so there's StereoPlacer. I mean, this is a really cool plugin. The only things that were really setting me off, that were really setting off my red flags, were not being able to resize it, just like monofilter, you can't resize it, and then not being able to edit any frequencies above 20K. That set a red flag for me as well. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good. I mean, you can control your Q, your width of the Q, and the frequency of it. There's some nice colorization options here in the plugin for you when I turn on the harmonics. You got some nice algorithms up here as well. It's a pretty solid plugin. Alright, there you have it, guys. So StereoPlacer is absolutely one of the coolest plugins I've ever seen out there in my life. Despite its possible phasing issues, but I think it makes up for restoring any masking issues or ducking issues when trying to make some solid mix decisions for how a mix is going to sound in distributing and broadcasting. Honestly, guys, I mean, I should have taken 5 to 10 minutes of your time to say, go out and buy this plugin. This is so cool. This is so revolutionary. This is by far one of the coolest plugins I've ever seen out there, where you can really mess with your stereo field and really fine tune your mix in a really subtle way. It is just by far one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Yeah, the only things that were kind of setting off my red flags was not being able to resize it, and it didn't go up to 10K. I mean, otherwise it sounded pretty solid. It sounded like it was doing its job. Taking a look at the stereo field analyzer through Insight, it looked like it was doing its job. It looked like it was making things move around within the stereo field. I was trying my best to have it uniform, keep it in 0 and +1 if I could. Overall, I give this plugin a 4.7 out of 5. Go out and get this, guys. I honestly shouldn't have wasted more time into showing you what this plugin can do. It is awesome. Anything that is wrong with your stereo field, this plugin can fix for you, especially if there's frequencies taking up certain spots that are honestly not supposed to be filled up with. Check out Cavio.net. If you need any information in the industry, you can contact me, email me. Go out and check the Facebook page, Cavio. Otherwise, that's all we have for today, guys. Stay safe out there.